Well, hello again. It's me, your festive Grinch, all the way from Lanzarote. Mr. Travel-On has come up to Arrecife today to have a look at another Belen. I've told you, I'm not the only Belen in Lanzarote at the moment. There's loads of them. Now, this is one that you can come to during the day. It is a little bit better on the night because it's all lit up, but Arrecife is the capital. Now, if you've got a car, you can drive up and park in the Arrecife Grand. But if you get in the bus and you're a little bit skeptical of getting it at the night time, then come up during the day. You can get the local bus up here or a taxi. It's a beautiful place to have a look around, and it's got some beautiful sights, and you can see this beautiful Belen behind me. It's like a mini village, and this one all moves, all the different parts moves. So let me take you around and show you the Belen in Arrecife. Let's go. So you can really make a day of it coming up to Arrecife. Not only can you visit the Arrecife Grand and go to the top floor, but you can even grab a little coffee, something to drink, just by the big stone Christmas tree that they've built. And the Belen is situated in this big tent. The views here are spectacular. A little bit further on, you'll hit San Ginés and the main shopping town of Arrecife. So get up there, make a day of it, and come and see the Arrecife Belen. I tell you what, you're not going to be disappointed. Now, I think this is the biggest nativity in Lanzarote with moving parts, because all the different characters move and they all tell a little story. You can wander around here and really picture the days of old in Lanzarote, and it's really cool to see all the moving objects, and you also get a few sound effects in the background as well. Now, everything looks like hard work, all the little characters making things by hand, but I do wonder, are they less stressed back in the day without mobile phones and technology to stress us all out? I think it would have been a great time to live. What do you think? Of course, fishing and boats is still very popular here in Lanzarote, and you can see this little fishing village with this guy here doing a spot of fishing, catching his dinner. No supermarkets here. All the little buildings have been made by hand, and it just shows different parts of Lanzarote. Of course, cooking for themselves, no supermarkets, catching their own dinner and preparing their own meat. At least they're eating real food. I tell you what, when walking around here, I did think it would be a better time to live. Have we become too dependent on everything? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. So many different stories being told as you walk around with the adults and the children, and you get a real family feel of how it would have been back in the day. Now, Lanzarote is a beautiful place, but can you imagine how beautiful and peaceful it would have been? Of course, food, agriculture, farming and wine are very important back in them days. And this guy here making a little bit of bread. It looks like a pizza oven. I wonder at what point they thought, let's flatten it and put some cheese and tomato on top. As well as humans, there's lots of animals around, loads of goats, loads of sheep and chickens running around as well. And of course, camels, which still play a very big part here on the Canary Islands. It seems to me everybody had a little job to do and a little role to play, which is great. They really have thought of everything, and the attention to detail is just incredible, even down to this little man here making all the traditional pots that you find here in the Canary Islands. You can actually still buy those at the Monumento El Campesino. Even the clothes that have been hung out on the line are the traditional Canarian clobber as well, so they've even thought of that. Fruit, vegetables, meat and wine and camels. I mean, what more could you ask for? It seems to me to be a healthier time to be around. I want to go back to these days. A lot of the buildings you see here and the designs are probably still standing. You might not see a lady beating a rug outside, but you'll certainly see those types of buildings when you come to Lanzarote. And of course, you'll definitely see the grapevines being grown in the little stone walls. This really would be like what going off-grid would be like, having your own farm, having a few sheep running around and a few chickens, and I know lots of people would love to still live this way. Another big thing here in the Canarias is the Salinas, where they make the salt from the sea. I mean, there's no supermarket to go down and get a big pot of table salt, is there? So it's real sea salt, and you can actually buy that here in Lanzarote as well. Now, I'm not sure if this is a wishing well, but people have thrown little coins in, maybe made a wish. I don't know if you're allowed to do that, but what would you wish for? Let me know in the comments. I know I'd be wishing to go back to these days. Although these nativities pop up around Christmas time and in celebration of Christmas, it's not about Santa and it's not about presents, it's all about tradition. And that's what I love, that I think a lot of things here in the world have forgotten how things were back in the day and how tradition is so important. Of course, they have the nativity theme with the baby Jesus and the three kings, which is very important here on the islands. No Xbox, no PlayStation, no phones, no tablets. This is how kids entertain themselves, with a bit of a seesaw and a merry-go-round. It really is all about traditional family values, hard work and a community spirit. That's what this world is missing. But there you go. It does bring you back in these festive times, and it does make you realise that we do take things for granted. So it did get Mr. Travel On a little bit festive. Have a good day and ho ho ho.